Hey guys! Why do you cut my what was I don't know what I was doing anyway. But are you ready?
For
Are you what?
ready?
For some
Oh, are you ready? Oh, I get it now.
ready, as
Oh,
in ready. Ready. Are you ready for ready? Are you, are you ready? Today we're talking about what?
red flags.
Red
Yeah. So hence the
flags.
red.
Yeah,
Red.
so basically, these are like warning signs, danger points, things to pay special attention to in your
Yeah.
relationship early enough before you graduate into different levels of commitment and consequently marriage, building life together. So, there are many things people overlook generally in the name of God will sort it out, people will work it out, time will face it out. But at the end of the day, it's not about what will happen out, it's what will happen when you're in. So we need to talk about that, don't we?
Yes, we do.
All right. For now, we're gonna go on a very brief break, and when we're back, bring all your red clothes, red t-shirt, red face caps, red whatever things that you have, red eye. Bring your red eye and watch this thing. Even though we're not shooting it on the camera called red, it's okay. We're gonna discuss some things when we're back. See you all later. Welcome back. We're talking about red flags today, and I'm wearing red.
And I'm not wearing red, but we're still talking about red flags.
That means that be careful when you're around my wife. I'm the flag that will flag you off. Okay. Anyway, so let's talk about this. Red flags. So red flags are things that you need to watch out for. And I think that in every human relationship, you should always look out for if it's going to be like a long-term commitment, whether it's business or ministry, financial or emotional. Yeah, there should be certain things you watch out for. Right. So maybe before we talk about things to watch out for, what would you say are the two or three major things that you should build on? Before we talk about danger, sometimes people become so obsessed with what's wrong that they can't even think about what's right.
Okay.
Yeah. So for me, I'll talk about trust. I think that trust is fundamental and foundational. That for you to commit your heart, your mind, your money, your potential, your gifts to somebody, you need to have a measure of trust. Yeah.
Okay, I think you should genuinely like the person, enjoy being with the person. So you're not with the person because or socially the person fits,
Yeah.
or because you want your parents to be happy or someone else to be happy. You actually enjoy being with this person.
Or you're tired of yourself.
And you're tired of being lonely, or you need to actually, and I'm not talking about obsession, just actually like the person. Like when you want to gist, you think about the person. When something good has happened, you want to share with the person. I think you need to genuinely like the person, because on the days where your marriage is just a normal day,
Yeah.
no events, no party, no social media, just two of you, can you
Yeah.
guys still vibe?
Yeah. And then where you're going, are you really going to the same place together, or do you have some kind of clarity and alignment when it comes to vision and values? Before you talk about, a lot of people talk about speed, that's velocity, but then where are we rushing to?
Yeah.
Where are we going to? So once you have those three things in stock, I think it's also very safe for you to begin to think, okay, what are the things around that I might not be ready to deal with or to handle? So, considering red flags, are we saying that once you see these
Yeah,
things,
I was actually
bail
going
as
to
in like run?
say that. But these are things that you need to have sorted out completely before you know, yes, okay, we can now get married. So it's not in the picture again, or it's the barest minimum that you can now live the rest of your life with,
Yeah.
if that barest minimum doesn't change. Okay, so one thing for me would definitely be verbal or physical abuse.
Like, that's like number one. Well, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, verbal or physical abuse. So verbal abuse could be, you can't even do anything. Please sit down, Jai.
You don't even know how to use your head. Your head is not complete.
Please, when people are talking, just don't worry, I will decide. Sit down.
Which country did your head go on holiday to? Or at?
Yeah, or even insulting words like "you're good for nothing," or "you're stupid," or "don't be stupid," or "are you mad," or "you're in your family, your people who don't have sense. Don't
Yeah.
worry." All those kind of things. And I mean, some people excuse these. I mean, I don't understand it. But maybe as an experienced pastor and counselor, you can say the reasons why people actually feel that they have offended, so it's
Yeah.
okay, or
It's
they are
it's
used to the cycles of being abused. So at least
yes.
they have this good man to let them just
Hold on to
take
it.
that one.
Absolutely. So that also comes to an issue of individuality, which we spoke about in one of our earlier episodes. Because a lot of people who are abused excuse their abusers. They feel like, okay, it's my fault. So in the case of physical abuse, there are quite a number of women. More women are abused or experience abuse than men, but men also experience abuse. That's a funny thing. So there are people who have been physically violated, and they have them with the puff puff eyes, and they wear their shades, and they are saying, "No, I was the one that provoked him," or sometimes they even lie and say, "Insects entered my eye," and
Fell
you're
down
like,
the stairs.
"Are insects entering your eye
Every
every
and when
every
it's not
week?"
skirt and blouse, it will now
Yeah,
be
that
big like
thing.
this.
So I think a part of it is about esteem, having a sense of value, a
Exactly.
healthy sense of worth. That it's not about pride or arrogance or arrogance. It's really just about understanding who you are, the value you carry or you convey, and what you mean in that relationship. That you're not a
Yeah.
punching bag, you're not a dumping ground, you're not a doormat to be walked over, and that person is really not a trophy, that then gratifies all of your life's desires and is the only essence of success you'd ever hold on to or have in your life. So you need to have a healthy sense of esteem. And that also comes with understanding who you are.
You
So
are.
verbal and physical abuse, no, no, no.
But physical abuse, some people say, okay, if it happens once, don't, that's the end, he'll do it again. Then if it happens once, okay, if he now begs, calls family meeting, explains and all, then maybe you can see how it goes.
I think it depends really on the severity of the situation. What we want to avoid is that incident totally. You don't want that to happen. But do people make mistakes? Yeah, people make mistakes. Have you made mistakes before? Possibly. Have you thought about maybe somebody watching this assaulting your dad or your mom under certain
But somebody will
scenarios?
ask now, so how do you slap someone by mistake?
Well, I've never done, so I don't know.
But I don't. To be honest, because I've tried to put myself in that particular situation, and if you had ever slapped me, not that you would, if you had ever slapped me, what would I have done? To be very honest, thank God it didn't happen, sha, because I don't know. I would have done the whole call family. They will come to Lagos. You will beg, you apologize to the whole family and to myself, and then I think I would still continue with the relationship.
It will never happen, and thank God it will never happen.
Amen. Okay. So we're gonna go.
So what will happen if you slap me? Because their husbands that slap their wives that slap the hell out of their
With which hand?
husbands.
As in, where will I start from?
You
Like,
understand? But there are women that do it, and maybe another episode we will talk about abused men in marriages. I think we should talk about
here
that.
you invite a guest here, because me, as in, I never even crossed my any part of me.
Thank God, and thank God it doesn't happen. Yeah, so verbal and physical abuse, very important. Don't joke with it. Don't say he's going to change or I will work on him.
Or I'm the one that needs to be more patient and calm.
Yes.
Do that apart, please.
Yeah. And I use the example of if you're a believer and you're saved, the Holy Spirit has been trying to work on you for years and years and years. And see, as you did
Yes.
so. So you that you're a human and you're time bound, you want to work on him. It's going to take
Yeah,
time.
you want to
If
spend the
they
rest
ever-
of your relationship and marriage working
Yeah,
on this person and
babysitting
chopping slap
somebody.
and
Yeah.
blows.
So apart from those two, you also need to look out for irresponsibility and laziness. These are two other red flags that most people ignore and try to wish away. But we're gonna dive into that and a few other themes when we return after this break. So two other things. Ins-
Irresponsibility.
Two other things, irresponsibility and laziness. And that's very important
On
because
for both the babe and the guy, or for
both
the guy.
parties,
Okay.
both parties, because marriage is responsibility. There are so many responsibilities revolving around marriage. First of all, bearing somebody's name is a responsibility. Even changing your name, it's responsibility. Bearing somebody else's name is responsibility. And then being the kind of person whose name is worthy to be born.
Okay,
or
is a
worthy of
responsibility.
was
Being born.
born is a responsibility. How about financial responsibilities, time responsibility, taking care of children? So if that person is consistently given excuses, I showed up late for the date because of this one, or I didn't make it to your in-laws meetup because of that one, or I don't have a job because of this, or I lost the job. So check the patterns in that person's life and see what has that person committed to before. Now, if the person is always hopping from church to church, workplace to workplace, business to business, home to home, it could be a sign that the person is not ready to lock anything down.
Down.
And your life might actually be an experiment as well.
Hey, Jesus is Lord.
Lord,
He said
Apostolos,
all
yes.
those things. Eh.
Yeah.
Right, that's very true. So is that directly connected to laziness as well?
And both of them are like twins. Because a person who's lazy is also going
Going
to
to
be
be
irresponsible.
irresponsible, slack
And
with
the
their
thing about
hands.
irresponsible people is that they don't tell you that they're irresponsible because they are too irresponsible to
To
admit that they
admit the
are
truth.
irresponsible.
Correct. Okay. I think another thing is that is a red flag, and I think this for the woman to the man, or how will I say it now, is if you have to make yourself feel less so that the man can feel more. I mean, I get the whole submission thing and all, but even before even marry or anything at all, you're already always wanting him to have his way, taking his own suggestion, always taking his own ideas, always saying yes sir to everything, even when you know it's not necessarily right or when you feel uncomfortable with it.
Yeah.
So I think that is a serious red flag. If he's so opinionated or so egotistic, or he wants to show that he's the man at all times, and and you feel that if you let him know he's wrong, he will feel less or he'll be angry at you or something. I think that's definitely a red
So
flag.
that's attitudinal. As in,
Yeah, and behavioral, yeah.
yeah, just behavioral and attitudinal, like having a very bad attitude or a nasty attitude. And what tends to happen in that kind of scenario is the lady might have the fear of rejection. Because
Yeah.
she's like, if I go and talk now, before they will slap me into eternity. Or what is they? If they say, if they do, if they, yeah. So that's also very important as well. How about if the person consistently elevates their friends
Over you.
over you? As in,
Yeah.
like, consistent. This is not like a one-off thing. This is like every time if their friends have a meetup and then you have an important thing, he or she goes with the friends. Then the person might still be married to their social circle.
Yeah,
and
so
not
you
be ready
haven't
to-
cut off necessary ties.
Yes.
I mean, I think those things come in progression. You do these things in bits. It's not like I've started dating you for 2 weeks and then I
forget all my friends.
ex my guys. I've met my babe. I've met my guy. I know that's even another
You guys
trap.
are just a placeholder.
Exactly. And that can also be another trap because sometimes some people get so isolated in who the people they are dating, and so they cut off friends, cut off family.
Yeah.
So nobody can talk to you,
Yeah.
counsel
And when
you.
there are issues,
Yeah, so they
don't
can't
have any
pinpoint
voice.
things out to you. You're making decisions by yourself. Then when you're not married, now enter one chance. You come and start crying to me. I'm gonna be like, where
Where have you been?
where have you been? When I was trying to reach out to you, you didn't reach out to me, kind of thing. So yeah.
And we're going to talk about the place of fidelity, as in purity, sexual purity, and chastity. Now, there are people who get into marriage and then they want to get out immediately because all of a sudden, this guy who had been cheating on them and they had been, overlooking it, or this girl who had been the randiest, generous giver, the person, anima shao, as they would say, like the person that dispenses all the sexual energy in the world, as in like she's well known, she's a generous donor, GD, all over the place. Now you keep overlooking that stuff, and then you get into marriage, hoping that marriage will be a
Well,
sex
yes.
purifier.
Confine
Marriage does
you.
not. What's the word? Marriage does not heal people from sexual addictions. Yeah, it does not. So if the person has serious sexual problems, as in like serious sexual problems, I mean, most young people deal with lust every now and again and all of that. But if it's not an obsessive thing with incidents where the person literally cannot
But what if it's not even serial? What if the person has
done
cheated
2 or 3
once or
times,
twice?
that's part of the red flag now.
Okay.
Yeah, so
'Cause
you need to address it.
It sounded like it's if you know the person has serious sexual problems.
No, once the person cannot be fidel, Sorry, as in like, it's the
Fidel, don't worry, it's
Christian
not
Fidel.
you.
No, what I mean is, as long as the person has not maintained their purity and their chastity, then the person is not ready for that kind of commitment, because with marriage comes that exclusivity, especially when it comes to sexuality. I mean, there are different things you can share with people: airtime, energy, social time, ideas, and all of that. But sex is one of the things that that must be exclusive in the context of marriage.
Marriage. And
So
that's another, sorry, finish.
yeah,
So,
so don't just keep thinking, he just stayed with Jumoke yesterday, or he just cheated
but I know it's
with
really me he
James
loves. He's
right
going to
now.
still settle for
Yeah.
me.
And
With
some
me.
cases, it's not even just a man to woman thing these days. It's also a man to man thing these days, or a woman to woman thing these days. So, yeah, like you said, oh, it's me he loves at the end of the day. So, you're all losers. I'm going to
But
gain. What are you
what does that
gaining at the
say
end of the
about
day?
you?
Yeah. And what does it say about what you're trying to build?
Yeah.
Because you might be the solo worker on that construction field,
Shay.
because it's gone to go and sow his seeds in far gone lands.
Okay, so we're going to take a short break now. And after we come back, we'll talk about a couple of things. I want to talk about the God factor or religious background factor as a red
Differences
flag.
and faith, persuasions, and
Exactly.
values. Yeah.
All right, so we'll see you after the break. Okay, so we're going to continue talking about red flags, and we'll be talking about religious persuasions or differences in religious background or faith persuasions.
Yeah.
For me, as a believer, I usually tell other ladies that even if you're both believers, even in that safe, you can still have different.
Absolutely, because you can be a different kind of believer. You can be a denominational believer, interdenominational believer, non-denominational believer, multi-denominational believer. In fact, some people are not even looking at denominators, looking like numerators, enumerators, indices, calculus,
So point is,
mathematics.
you can be what we call Pentecostal, and the person you are courting
It's
or dating
pentarascal
Pentecostal,
or pentarascal.
Costal and Rascal as well.
The rascal are people that have taken Pentecostalism to a rascally.
Wow, I haven't heard that one before. Okay, so you can be Pentecostal and the person is Catholic. Now, there are differences in approaches, worship, prayer, and all of that. Can you deal?
Yeah.
For me, major issues there is, okay, if this person wants to pray this way, you want to pray this way, how are you going to pray together? More so when the children come, where are they going to, who are they going to go to church with? How are they going to pray? It's a bit of confusion, and then people start saying things, I'll let them decide for themselves when they come. I'm like,
So you're bringing the children into your unresolved differences.
for me,
and
that's
that could be
a
stressful.
red flag.
Yeah.
Not to talk about totally different faiths, so Christian, Muslim, or Christian, Hindu. And people say things like, but he's a nice guy, or she's a nice girl. He has all the characteristics of a nice guy.
Yeah.
But you're really spirit. You're really not this human flesh.
Yeah.
And so you cannot really become one in spirit when you are.
When the foundation
It's different. You are
Yeah.
from a different world.
Yeah, so let's also be clear. We're not saying it cannot work, right? If you're one denomination and the other person, we're not saying it cannot work. We're just saying that be very real with the situation on ground, as in don't just expect that the other party knows that, oh, we speak in tongues in this family, and so you have to speak in tongues, or the other person
But it's
expects
going
that
to
we
be a
go for
lot
Sunday
of conversation
worship.
and talking and planning.
Yeah, but it's a part of it. It doesn't eliminate.
It totally.
Yeah, but just be realistic, as
Okay.
in know what you're getting into. Don't wish it away. Don't think it away. Don't hope it away. Face up to it and say, okay, what are we going to do as per faith, as per
But what about when they
worship?
have two different beliefs or faiths?
I wish you.
Okay, so what are the red flags?
Yeah, another thing I think we should talk about is the place of money.
Okay.
Money is a big issue. It's a big issue. In fact, many experts say that there are three major things that can wreck or build marriage. Money is one
sex,
of them.
and
Sex
what?
and communication. Yeah, money, sex, and communication. If there are marked differences in those three areas, then you're in for a very tough time. And the thing about money is that money is a magnifier and amplifier. Money is also a revealer of the secret desires of the hearts of men. They say you don't really know somebody until you see their dealings with money. And that the outline of a person's character is really as simple as their bank statement.
Hashtag, you should write your code down, Avi.
Yeah, just put it somewhere. Yeah, so how does person spend money? How does
Okay.
a person earn money? Then how do they behave when they don't have money?
Are they
You know,
angry? Are they
yes,
erratic? Are
yes.
they scratching
Body.
body?
But they say that the test of a woman's character is how she behaves when the man she's with doesn't have any money. And then the test of the man's character is how he
When he
behaves
has a
when
lot
he
of
has
money.
all the money or a lot of money.
And an important question to address there. So, how long should a woman who is courting a man be with the man when he doesn't have money?
As long as he has the other things that will keep you alive, I think that's fair enough.
But if he doesn't have the
If he
money to get
has
the things that will keep you alive,
no, if he has vision, if he has connection, if he has diligence, if he has the intelligence for exchange, what do I mean? I don't need to have money to buy this lovely couch. I can just get somebody. I can, as a trainer, a consultant, I can do a barter thing with a company and say, coming to train your staff for free for the
but
next
for how
3
many
months.
things and for how long will you do that? For example, a girl has been dating a guy for, let's say, a year or two, and he hasn't been able to get a tangible job.
The
So,
pain with that kind of process is that if that woman leaves that relationship
and then
and
he
2 months
now.
later it now clicks acrimony.
But how long is
You
how
remember
long can you?
acrimony?
I know, but how long
And then
can
it
you
just
keep up in
clicks.
such a situation? Would she be wrong to leave the relationship
I
after
think I think
enduring with
I think
him?
if money is the primary basis for you, then you've got certain things wrong as well.
No, not the primary basis, but 2 years of no money. So
If
she's
the
chipping
vision,
in.
if the vision is clear and you're making considerable progress towards it, then there's hope. Really,
Wow,
I'll tell you why. Because even in marriage,
I don't know about that's tough.
I said a considerable progress. Even in marriage, see all the money that the man has, God forbid, one calamity, one catastrophe, one catastrophe. Going the
But
catastrophe.
but that one, at least we've seen that your hands were working, and we can see that the money has come.
Yeah, but at the point where the money has not come, are there other things that you still have, like peace, like prospects, like, we could go on and on about this and we'll possibly still devote some time to this in the months and years to come. So we've spoken about red flags. We want to hear from you. We love hearing from you, reading your comments and experiencing your stories and your life. Just leave the comments that you have, your thoughts, ideas, concepts, experiences, stories in the comment box, and we'll look through them and get back to you on whatever questions that you might have as well.
So, if you know anybody who loves love
Or who is in love
or who is searching for love,
or praying that love will find them.
send them a link to this video, write a comment in the comment section, send us a DM, talk to us, and let's talk back to you. And we will see you in the next episode.